Hello, hello. Happy Batman Day. Or Sheena's, what do you call him? Daddy Batman? Happy Daddy Batman Day.
Yeah, that's what she calls me.
Dude, I love your headpiece.
I'm dead. This is my son when he was like 6.
You know what? But it looks good.
I showed him my
Doesn't matter
face
who
with it on it and just like, are you fucking kidding me?
Dude, I love it.
I was like, it's like squishing my nose, like, and like an imprint in my head.
You know what? You look like you were born to wear the mask.
I'm telling you, come on. What's up, everybody?
Uh-oh, you're low. I can't hear you.
What? Can you hear me better right here?
Yeah.
All right.
So, guys, today is Batman Day, and aka Sheena's Daddy Day, and she wanted to do something special for the man who means so much to her,
Right.
you know, who has brought her so much joy to her
Right.
life. So here we are, celebrating the man, the myth, the legend himself, Batman, Bruce Wayne. Brought to you by Bruce's baby.
That's what a nigga calls me. Like, I'm
So,
baby.
I can't hear you. I don't know.
No?
Okay, now I can.
Well,
Say something else.
something else. Something else?
Okay, I heard you then.
Better?
Yes, better.
All right.
It could just be on my end because I got that crappy backwoods internet connection. So
Anyway, let's say hi to everybody real quick and then
let's say hello, hello. Let's see who we got. First up, we have DJ Wise. Have a great show and happy Batman Day. I'll be catching the replay since I'm stuck working. Ooh, boo. F work. But I understand. Thank you for tuning in, though, and saying hi.
Yeah.
And we have John's Comics with Kids, extra Sheena and Ninja goodness. Heck yeah. Love to see it. Thank you, sir. And then we have Melanin and Manga. What are they doing here? Overachievers. Batwoman for life. Love it. Thank you. We have Puffs Comics. Hi, Ninja and Sheena. Hello, hello, Sean. Thank you for joining. We have Mike, Evil's Comics. Happy Batman Day. Happy Batman Day to you, sir. Spent most of my day at my LCS for Batman Day in the shop. Dude, that's pretty awesome. Batman Day and the 13th anniversary, that's cool. Do they have some cool stuff for you? I better have done something special. Audio is really low. Okay. Is it really low all the way around? Or just one of us? Is it both of us? Let me know. Ladies, back to work for me. Have fun. We'll try. We'll have fun for you too. Beth will be a minute. She's on the phone. Tell her priorities. What's more important than us right now? And she needs to tell them bye. What's happening? Oh, yeah. Send hello. Thank you. Alrighty, I think. Wait. Just Sheena can hear you fine, Ninja.
Okay, hold on.
We gotta hear my beautiful.
Anyway, okay.
Honestly, she we come to listen to, so. We need to make sure we can hear her. Oh, I'm stuffy.
Yeah? Better?
Huh? Yes. Better.
Getting there?
Yes,
Better?
better.
Okay.
Girl, what? Yes.
All right. Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go. Trying to wear that damn, trying to wear this and then try to have my headphones on at the same time wasn't fucking working.
Hey,
Anyways,
Sean,
what's up? Okay.
let us know in the comments after the video if you don't care, or you can probably even do it now. Let us know what you picked up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to the shop tomorrow with White Tiger Ruben Guzman. Should be fun.
Nice.
Awesome.
I miss having somebody. For real.
They said
love
much
to hear
better.
it.
Sheena is cosplaying, and we love to see it. Listen, we love it.
Angela, I wish I could have recorded her face when I came in the back because I had already had it on. I went to go dig it out of my son's closet. He's like, Mom. I was like, shut up, Shannon. With this
Shut up, Shannon. I love it. I love it.
But yeah.
I think we're all
Look
good
at
up.
us. See, that's what we do over here. We cosplay, we make you laugh, you know?
You never know what you're going to get.
I was trying to do this whole thing where I came in acting like him, but that just failed because I just started laughing. So.
Girl, you should have done it. You should have done it. That would have been an instant click.
I'm crying. All right. So, what is Daddy Batman Day?
What? Yes, she would. What? Not you put me on the spot. What?
What is that? Okay. You want me to do it?
Yeah, you're Bruce's baby.
Okay. And who are you today? You're so annoying. You're still. What is Batman Day? So, it's a day to celebrate just like any other day to celebrate that, you know, that person, that day. Like you have Cupcake Day or you have fucking, you know. So,
No, you're
this
not
is.
comparing him to cupcake.
Yeah. Huh?
I said, no, you're not comparing him to cupcakes.
He is a cupcake. He is a snack. No, but you know, it was started all his 75th anniversary. It started that they made it a thing, and DC was like DC and Warner Brothers Studios. I think were like, this is gonna be Batman Day, and it's the third. It's the third Saturday in the month of September. When me and Angela came up with this idea, I was like, oh, it's on the 16th. And she was like, no, Sheena, I think this year is on the 21st. And she was like, it's every third week, remember? And I was like, oh, yeah, I read something like that. It's like, I'm not a damn mathematician.
Like the 16th was like a Monday. I was like,
oh, well, you know.
Yeah.
Look, I didn't say I knew anything about him, okay? I just said
we were going to celebrate his day.
Right. So, yeah,
they had cake at the shop. Hi, Christina.
Hi, Christina.
Hey, if y'all didn't know, my girl Christina is up for... I always
Best community builder.
Yes, thank you.
The supporter of chats like the wrench and stuff like that. Yeah.
So, you know, just throwing it out there. My man John's Comic with Kids is up also, if y'all want to check that out.
Yeah, him and Justin up for the X-Men friend.
Bethany, it's about time you showed up. We heard you were on the phone.
What the fuck?
We need Christina a blue wrench in here. Honestly, we probably do. I'm not gonna lie. Alrighty. Caught up again.
Yeah.
Happy
to see the ladies here. We're so happy to see the ladies here.
Yeah, they had an Optimus Prime cake. Whoa. why Optimus Prime on Batman Day? I was just wondering. I mean, I'm not. Cake is cake, you know.
Rude.
I'm not gonna turn down cake. I was just curious. I posted it on IG and also put a video
Right.
up on YouTube. I'll check your video out on YouTube.
Let's
Sorry,
do that.
it's. Oh, you Christina. It's funny how they both came in together. Like, why didn't I put two and two
That
together?
part.
I'll teach Sheena how to make moderators later tonight. We have a moderator, but we have two moderators, and they're never here. They're never here to moderate. Oh, speaking of, what? No, she didn't. Just pop up.
Why there she is. Crying.
Hi. Nothing yet. Oh, actually, waiting. Miss Sheena's cosplay.
No.
Yes. I'm gonna need you to hit that rewind so you can see it in all of its glory.
Right. Oh my goodness. Just make a fool out of myself. So yeah, so this year is a big year because it's his anniversary. Oh my god. 85th anniversary. I need to not drink while we're doing this, okay? His 85th anniversary. That's crazy. 85 years.
Yeah.
Of Batman. He's been in all of our lives.
He's been in
even if you didn't know
mamas,
yeah,
their grandmamas.
That part. And even if you didn't like read comics or anything like that, you knew his name, you know? So that's amazing. So yeah. Hold on. Let me add that. Okay, so yeah. Happy Batman Day.
Happy Batman Day. Sorry.
You're fine though. Yep. And then like I said, it's his 85th year. That's dope. And then yeah. And then over the years, how he's looked, how he's changed, but still stay the same. You know?
Sheena, what's like your favorite on that?
Which one's my favorite? The one in the pink? Is it pink?
Girl, bitch, I knew you were gonna say that.
I said, oh, he's fancy in this one.
Mm-hmm. Looking like he stepped out of October.
Right.
Love it. Okay, which one's your second favorite out of that one?
Probably the last one. Or second to last.
Okay.
Yeah, second to last. The rebirth, yeah.
No love for the first one, huh?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, yeah, he looks a little. He's cool. He's cool.
She said, "Yeah, that's fine."
Cool.
That is not what you meant.
Which one's your favorite? Right. We're gonna have to have an executive meeting. And why she shouldn't have to take
all of them.
All of them, sure.
80s next. Okay.
Nice.
I don't know. He's got the old people's chin in the 2000s, so I don't know if I'm with that one.
Not the. You got me starting over here. Not the old people's chin.
I'm the rebirth one I can get with. I don't know, that 60s one though looks like that, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I can't even put the thing with it. You know? like the whole Adam West, like,
right.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like the 60s. Like the 60s one is like I don't know. But I like the rebirth. I like the pre-New 52 one too. He's looking nice and chiseled.
So yeah, I love him.
Right. Okay, sorry. I was just curious.
No, you're fine, man. Yeah, no, that's why I put it up there. And oops, I think I skipped one. Did I? Yeah, I probably did. I don't know. Okay, so do you have any bat facts, Joe? Oh, before that, What's your favorite Batman movie? Which one
Oh,
is your favorite?
okay. So I like the Dark Knight
Okay,
franchise. I know that's probably unpopular opinion, but
okay.
um, yeah.
Is that the one where Anne Hathaway was that
Hmm.
woman or whatever the fuck she was? She was a waste of space in that movie. I'm sorry. What the fuck? I'm
But I
like, what
just
the?
it had like I don't know. I just like the way, especially that last one. I like the way everything came
Mm-hmm.
together. I liked all the
Yeah.
actors that were in it. I like those little oh shit moments, like where it had like different villains like speckled here and there. Like
Mm-hmm.
I love the whole Bane
Yeah.
thing. Like yeah.
Legit. Legit. Just
So I don't know. I know like I mean I don't think that people hate on that franchise in general. I know like the third installment wasn't everyone's cup of tea, but I liked it. It
mm-hmm.
was funny for me.
Okay.
And
There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm so big on like um shoot. Maybe I shouldn't be drinking before stream either. I'm I'm so big on uh really what? Like what do you call it? Sheena, help me. Like the music?
You're really
Why can
big.
I not
Yeah.
think of okay, thank you.
The score.
Like
The
yes,
score.
thank you. Woo, why can I not think of that word?
Girl,
I'm
wait
so
till it's my turn.
yeah. I'm so big on like stuff like that in a movie. Like if
Mm-hmm.
you if you have a really good score, that's going to make a lot of the movie for you, I feel like, because
Okay.
there's something about like instrumentals and like if you're using like the right type, it's got the right sound, they put it in at the
Mm-hmm.
right moment, it has that build up like it needs to, it flows the way it needs to, like it
Right.
makes you like you just it brings like evokes like these feelings in you, right? And it makes
Mm-hmm.
you feel like you're like a part of like what's going on in that movie,
Right.
I feel like
Right. And it's not just the visuals that are taking you through
like
the story. It's the music too, and it
yeah.
all,
And
you
so
know.
it like
So, girl,
oh
I know.
just the way that it just like
That's me watching what you call it,
like
Guardians of the Galaxy.
I love it. So yeah, that was like a big part of it for me too, was just like the music, like the score itself. Like it just made me feel like I was like in those like intense moments,
Right.
like those really heavy scenes, like the music was like it was perfection. And so but yeah.
And I want to. That's
What's your
dope.
favorite?
I want to apologize because I was listening, but then I realized that my phone. I'm charging my phone, but then I looked down. It wasn't even plugged in, girl. I was like this. If you go back and watch the rewind, if you see my face, I'm like, "Are you fucking serious, Sheeta?" Right in the middle of you talking.
So you're charging your phone
Um,
but not actually charging it.
that part, I was like, "Fuck." Okay. My favorite, of course, the very first one. It means a lot to me. I remember my uncle, because he was big on that movie and big on Beetlejuice, so we always had to watch it. The second one was dope with Michelle Pfeiffer and my boy playing the penguin. It was so much
Yeah.
fun.
Dude, and I love
Those are,
her as Catwoman.
but
Like
my
absolutely love her.
absolutely,
Yeah.
but I absolutely love the new Batman. I was like, oh my god, watching that. I remember Shayna was like 5, girl, and like the part where they were together. He was like, ew. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Don't ruin this for mommy. Don't ruin this.
You leave my baby alone.
And then, right. He's like, ew. I was like, this isn't for you. And then, but no, my very favorite movie and the best movie I feel like is Lego Batman.
Oh yes, I
Maybe.
freaking love not the part where he's throwing a fit with Alfred and he
No,
rolls
no,
up
no, no, no,
the steps throwing his fit.
no,
Like
no, 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 no. So
no,
you're talking
no,
about scores, like when yep, when you're talking about the music and shit in there, like the Lego Batman movie had it all. You know, it had the comedy, it had the moments that
yes,
made you, tear up and shit, and
yes.
um, best movie ever.
Girl, I freaking love Lego. I love that you added like that was you added that in because it
Yeah,
is so
nice.
so good.
It's so good. And you can just casually watch it. You don't even have to know what the hell, you know.
No.
You can just casually watch the shit and think it's just hilarious. Remember when he goes to Superman's fucking spot and then everybody's at the party? You need to
Yes.
know about it. I was crying.
Yes.
Oh my god, there's so many good moments in that movie. I'd be dead. Oh my goodness.
Dude, I love it's so good. I love it. Like that's one of those movies. Like I can watch that over and over again and not get tired of it.
Right,
And I love his.
right.
I love like so like the Lego movie because like he's in those or whatever. Like I love that
He's a
too.
wolf.
Too. And like
The one
the
where he has to
second
marry
one.
what's her name? He's all like, I don't like, yeah, he's just
Yes.
then he ends up marrying the girl. Oh my god, girl. He is hilarious in those movies.
Yeah. Girl, it's so good. I love it. I'm so glad you brought that up.
Thank you. So back to the facts. So I only have really two facts, okay? So the
Okay.
very first one, which is pretty cool. Oh, can you press the next button? And
The
can
next
you do that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
girl. I got you.
So this year, our boy is the very first superhero to have their own star on the Walk of Fame. That's crazy.
I know. Was it
Nobody
Superman?
else.
No.
Nope.
Sam.
Nope.
Just saying.
Just saying. So yeah,
That's awesome.
it happened
That's really cool.
and it happened this year. Like that's dope. Yeah. So all right.
Oh, my bad.
And
Wait. Is that right?
my other fact is okay. Yeah. My other fact is that his real whole name is Daddy Batman, but he just uses Batman to be on the
His real name.
to be on the humble.
Okay.
His undercover government name is
That's his Peace Star name, Daddy Batman. First fictional character that is on Star on the Boardwalk. Yep. And we love to see it.
What do you guys have any facts? Do you have any facts, Angel?
So I have, let me find what I sent to you. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Oh, so Kevin Conroy, is that right? He
Okay.
has played Batman the most times out of anybody. Like he's portrayed
Nice.
Batman more than anybody else, which is really cool, I think.
Okay.
And then Bruce Wayne, Batman, he was actually named after two famous people, which I don't know these people because it was way before my time. But
that part.
One was a Scottish hero, and one was a hero of the American Revolution. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Nice.
It wasn't just a random name.
Nice.
And then apparently in Canada, Anika said she was at the in-laws, so she's catching
whatever.
Right. So
they
if I have any
TV over there?
Right. If I have any other Canadian friends, in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but apparently there is a Batman college course. I don't know if it's like an online college. Like I don't know if it's like an online college or if it's like I don't think it's like a university, style. I don't know. I could be wrong. But in Canada, so like a college based out of Canada, so they have like a Batman course, which is pretty dope. I think. Like
that's dope.
Like, if I had took that course, would the credits count, you think? For
That part.
take that as like
Rude.
an extracurricular? Like, I think that's pretty cool. I wonder how many people fail that course. And then, like, should you just end your life then?
And
Like,
then take it serious.
yeah.
Should you end your life at that point, right?
And then apparently he merged with him and Wolverine merged together to form
Oh shit,
Darkfall,
okay.
which
Okay.
I don't know. If I'm wrong, don't come for me. I got this online.
That part. That part.
Yeah, thank you. And his name
And they got
was
that
Logan Wayne, I think.
hot.
Yeah, because Wolverine, Logan,
Right?
and then
Right.
Bruce. And yeah, I love how they did that.
We get it into.
Uh,
Oh shit.
and honestly, I think that might be it. So,
Yeah, that's cool.
that is
Look at your
cool.
girls doing research.
What? Look at us using Wiki and Google and all the things.
That part.
Does anybody even know about?
And if it wasn't true, it's true now.
Right? So don't come for us. It is now the gospel. So
Right.
yeah.
Right. Okay, so I want to give away a book.
Aww.
So since we have a couple of people in the chat that we can do like a little giveaway. So it's probably just gonna be like a trade paperback of some of the books that we're going to talk about. So whichever one you want or you see towards the end that you want, then I'll let your girls know, okay? So can everybody hear me for the question? Because I didn't write it down. Okay. What number was Batman's first appearance in the Detective Comics? What number was it? Andrew, you got to look at the fucking the chat.
Oh, I can't.
You even know?
I can't.
Okay, I see it. I see it.
What?
I see it. I see it.
You see what?
Oh no, the chat. I see the chat.
Oh.
At first I couldn't see it. What number was it? If you guys don't hurry up, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna buy myself something pretty. So.
Oh, what?
There you go, Mike. There you go, Mike.
Good job, Mike. Is Mike the only one in the chat?
I don't know. No, it says that there's 6 people.
I love it, Mike. I'm glad you were the one who got it.
Right, exactly. Alrighty, let's go. So, and Jen, I thought it would be a cool idea. Andrew thought it would be a cool idea if we showed off some of our community's collection.
Yes.
Absolutely. And we're so excited to show it off. So, yes, let's go look at people's stuff in their bat cave. So,
and we just want to say thank you to everybody who sent stuff in. We are nothing without our community.
Yeah.
We love you guys.
Exactly.
We appreciate you all. Thank you.
And we love that we could have, like having you guys a part of it and shit, So, yeah. So the first one.
Why is he first?
Because he submitted first, okay? So you're a comic reader, James.
Is he in the chat right now? No.
I don't know. That part. So here's one of his Batman books, his slabs.
Batman
and
number
if
1.
You go to nice. What? Then there's his display.
Oh, that's him.
Yeah, that's still James. Mike, Omni Nerd, look at that. So cute.
It is. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
The setup. Dude, I love the little Batman Funko and his nightcap. That's cute. That's adorable.
So cute.
Aww. Ooh, the Bat and Cat. Dude,
by
freaking
Sung
Wong.
Wong. Right, girl. Wasn't even surprised.
I
Wasn't even
know.
surprised.
Dude, he has. Oh, jealous. Where is he at, by
Yeah,
the way?
his. I don't know.
What? Dude, he has the best freaking statues ever.
Yeah, they're all right.
I had to highlight him because he's in the chat. He's the only one that's been in the chat of the community that leaves. Yeah, I'm gonna call y'all
And
out.
keep it pushing.
Dude, that's pretty. Not the bat signal lighting up, too. What? What? That's the old man jaw I was talking about, Sheena.
Yeah. We like the beefy Batman, though. Look at that's the old man jaw. Fucking dead.
You weren't last.
You weren't last. Mother.
Ooh, look at my Ivy.
Alrighty.
And we have the book.
Yeah,
of
mommy,
this.
you have. Nice. Yep.
I love
My
it.
girl on the. Cool.
Brother Joe. Oh, that cup's cool.
Brother Joe.
It has all the different Batmobiles on it.
And he got that damn popcorn bucket that I want. Ooh, I just
I'm
want to.
so sorry. Girl, go take
Just
it.
want to.
Let's look at his address.
run that shit, Brother Joe.
Cause he's not in the chat. Let's run that address real quick.
And then we have Anika's up there, her little Batman Hot Wheel. She's talking about that's all I got. She's so annoying.
My girl Sheena did too, Mike.
Oh, trash. But I guess you can pre-order it now on AMC.com after the fucking shit show that they made of giving them out. So, but from what I understand, you can pre-order them now. So, and then this is the Chubbies. Those are monsters.
I've never wanted to be bitten so bad by Harley Quinn as I have right now.
That part.
That's the one Kelly won from Wong. Was it Wong? Right?
Yep,
no?
from our giveaway. Yep. And I was like, the fuck?
See,
so I was glad
awesome.
that it went to Kelly. Yeah. Because if she wins, I win. So
I love it. What? Not John.
Yay.
There he is.
That's a great picture.
It is.
Great.
Year one. Dude, I love that. Oh, that's a box set?
I think it's a slipcover one, I think. I could be wrong, but it looks like one of those slipcover ones.
What? Not the Lego.
Right.
That's cute.
No, she needs to do Ivy, not Harley. She needs to do Ivy. With her skin tone, good God. Oh, those are so cute. So cute.
That's adorable.
Look at her motion.
Look at not him in the ducky. I can't.
So cute. Oh, and then this is actually his packet that he put together. If I understand this right, this is what the packet that he put together for Bueller's thing to raise money for Jen's. So yeah, I don't know if it's too late to do that, but maybe he's auctioning it off or whatever. But definitely be looking out for that. So he was just showing you like all the goodies that you could win if you put money towards Jennifer's cause. So yep.
Ron, if you're still here,
and don't forget
that's still ongoing.
Yeah, and yes.
Ouch. Okay, sorry.
No, you're fine.
Aww.
Oh, Nameless 13, my end. This is her control. Oh, girl. Wait till you see their new shelves. They're so adorable. So yeah. Then this one was so cute.
Doreen.
Doreen, look how cute this is.
It's so adorable. I love it. I love it. Those are so cute.
I was like, that's the best one. And then there's Evil
Oh,
Comics.
dude, I love
I'd,
those.
I'd be taking them Hot Wheels out of the package, homie.
Right?
I'd be throwing them off the damn. Hi. We already showed yours. We already showed yours.
Dude, I
We loved
love
it.
those old school ones are super cool too.
Nice. Yeah. Out of the package. Nice.
Sean.
Oh,
Oh, he said he had doubles out of the package.
okay, good. Okay.
I thought about doing that, but decided to post my statue in front of my Batman traits. Love it. We love it. We love it.
Love it. Love it. Always.
Dude, I
Always.
love the Batman statue. Where y'all getting these statues? This is yeah, DJ. I was like, I recognize the tattoo. Why do we fall so we can learn to pick ourselves? Dude, that's cool. I like that too. It's got Gotham City in the bottom of the bat.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Oh, and then this is Alex's, so without Daddy Batman, we wouldn't have all the other characters we made, but not the same, And she's, obsessed with the Bat family. So.
I love it.
Yeah, love it. And definitely follow her because, dude, her art is it just needs that, the right eyeballs on them to blow up.
Yes.
And she likes to do a lot of the DC characters and stuff. Like Harley, oh my God, I'd be like, girl, have all my money. I don't care. Just send it to me. So, Village Hitting and the Gram, they sent this, one of their favorite scenes in one of the Batman books. Which one was?
Love it. Nice. Oh, this. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. That one too. That's hers. Yes. And then this is Carrie's officially unofficial geek. This is her Batman set that her Lego Batman set that she had to put together. That's a girl save.
Not you setting her out.
That's what she told me. I was like, girl save. I got one that Anika gave me and still in the fucking drawer. And then these are her books. Some of her books she has in her collection.
Oh, so cute.
And then this was a piece this is actually mine. This is a commission piece that I had done by somebody in the community. So really cute. It's actually on my wall, but I just took, just take a picture of it so you can see it better.
So adorable. That's so you. What?
And then these are my babies. My babies celebrate Batman all the time. It's Batman and his dog. Yeah. My babies. So yeah, Shaden used to wear the damn hoodie everywhere, girl.
Girl, you would have to.
Look how the ears stick up. So cute.
No,
and then there's
adorable.
My babies. So yeah.
Adorable.
And then there's me.
We love it.
Celebrating that man. Yeah. And then this is Viper Bat and her husband. Girl, they're legit. Okay? These motherfuckers are legit about. Oh, thank you. My babies.
What?
But yeah, right. That's not even half that shit. So cute.
Oh my goodness.
Look at their son, girl. So cute, right?
That's adorable. Yes.
Hold on. And I have one more thing to show. Ready? Hold on.
That's so cute. That's adorable.
Did you see
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yes.
Good. Okay. Yeah. Thank you guys again for sharing your stuff, and
Oh,
then maybe
wait,
next year.
girl.
Huh? What happened? Girl,
Were
you're
these
just
yours?
going haywire. Yeah, those are mine. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. There you go. Stay on the baby. There you go. Did you have anything you wanted to show? Did you have any pictures of anything you wanted to show, Angela?
Mm-mm. No.
No? Okay. Alrighty. 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 All right. So we decided that we were going to highlight some of our favorite Batman runs, Batman stories. And yeah, hopefully
Cool.
if it's something that you haven't heard of, we're not going to go into big detail about them. We're just going to skim through them. And,
Who's doing that?
you know, I don't know.
I'm
You
trying to.
okay?
I was trying to put you with your slide.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay,
But
sorry.
both of us up there.
I'm trying to do it just you but I don't know how to.
Am I doing all mine first and then yours?
I guess so. I don't know. I figured. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah? Or do you want to take turns? Or is that too much? Too
No, we can
much.
do whatever you want to do.
Okay, we could take turns. But to go
Okay.
back to the slides, is that gonna be a big deal?
No, I can do it.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah,
So
so.
you wanna go first or second?
Not girl, you go first.
Either way I'm fucked because let me tell you guys, Inja got all the good ones. So I gotta fucking sell mine,
Whatever.
okay?
Well, if it makes you feel better, I didn't even
Here we
put them
go.
all. I didn't even put them all up. So, because
Okay. Here we go.
underachiever.
All right.
Not you
Here
taking
we
an
go.
excuse.
This is mine first, okay? Yep, here we go. Okay. So my first pick was James Tiny Onions run of Batman. Okay. Um run of Batman. And it is consisted of 4 books that Intra just showed up. Okay. Just put up. So the first one is their Dark Design. Um basically this is just a little rundown of it. So this run was right after Tom King's run and Gotham is in shambles from all the shit that happened between him and Bane. There was a fallen in the fall. Like somebody major died, and the fallen. Bane's fucking reign on places was over and stuff like that. So they had to. Bruce Batman had plans for the city to rebuild and all this stuff. But meanwhile, his villains had you can switch over into one more, I think. Yeah, I think it's one more.
That one?
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. So then so like I said, the villains in his the people that always want to take down Batman had different plans too. They had um plans that gone back years in the making. And now things are starting to really unfold as Batman's and Bruce is trying to pick up his life from the loss, the grief, and everything else. And um, and it just deals with basically it's the rise and the fall. Yep. So there you see the villains like making the plan, meeting up with a new character, I believe, that comes around, and he makes basically all their dreams come true and gives them like the key to figure out how to make all their dreams come true. So you get to meet new characters, you get to see the old characters come to life. You have people like Gillian March, Tony S. Daniels, Carlo P. You know your last name, homie. And then George Hernandez coming in to do the art all through this. You even have like uh, the one that did the Harley Quinn one too. He does like little cute little cartoons. But when George came in, Jorge Hernandez, I'm sorry, when he came in, boy, it turned this whole thing, it turned the whole game upside down. So yeah, like I said, you get to meet new ones, just like these four, the gardener, uh, clown hunter, Miracle Molly, her badass, and then the ghost maker, and then you still get to see. Uh, you could skip over one and yep. Then you get to see some of the old people, the old villains and stuff like that. You get to see Ivy and all her goodness, the Scarecrow. Fear State happens in this. That's one of the yeah, and then you get to meet Punchline, and then Peacemaker, not Peacemaker. What's his name? Who cares about him? But you know who I'm talking. That dude next to her. But so yeah, and it's this array of characters. Yep. So that's a designer, and then yeah, so it's basically the rise and fall of the Batman that we all know. So, like I said, Fear State. That's the event that happens in between all that. And the cool thing about this is that because of this run, a lot of other stories were able to happen, like Harley Quinn's story when she's like trying to be better person, trying to get on her own path and everything. You had Jace Fox that took over the mantle of being Batman. Then this is where I read the run from Tom Taylor of Nightwing, and I feel like because I didn't read anything before then, anything else. And I came in, and this is where I kind of started reading. So, and I understood what was going on. So I think like the casual reader can read this. And if you don't want to go out and buy all the beautiful books that they have, because I know I think I have 3 of the 4. So the Dark Design, I don't know if you can see me, but it has you can get the beautiful hardcovers. You can get, the paperback, the trade paperback ones. Those ones are cool too. Um, so there's 4 books, but you don't have to like dedicate yourself to them. You can always find them at your library. I know Hoopla has them in their catalog.
Oh, love it.
But yeah. And if you just wanted to own it, just for the fucking art alone, with with Jorge doing all the fucking just his work alone, it's worth picking up these books. So if you want to spend the money, like look at this. Are you fucking shitting me? Are you shitting me? What? Okay, so yeah. I think that's why a lot of people stay too, because of the art, because of he seemed to bring that story to life way better than so yeah.
I love it. Dude, I think that's cool too. Like you were saying, like there are so many spin-offs or whatever that could happen because
because of this one, yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh wait, I think I have one more. Yeah, so then that I was showing the art, that's Scarecrow. He plays a big part in this one, but like I said, there's old characters in here, and then there's new characters. And then I threw this in because I was actually doing like kind of like a buddy read at that time, and then that fucking picture was made for me. I was dead, so I threw that in there. But yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's my favorite. Okay.
Dude, I love it. I love that you picked that one too.
That's it.
I had only read, I think, like some of the issues, like in between that. Hadn't read it as a whole, so I think that's definitely something I would want to check out as a whole.
Right. Nice. Yeah. Because just reading it about, and then just like I think Poison Ivy's friend kind of spins off of that one too,
Mm.
and how her and so um, yeah. So,
You want me to
so
do
yeah.
mine next?
Yep. Go ahead and
Okay.
take it away.
Alrighty.
And Jay, you did have stuff to show off. Cool.
It was just one thing.
You
Just
should
forget.
show it.
I mean, I am right now.
Oh, I love that. I love that bombshell one.
Girl,
Cute.
right? I love
Those are
them.
the babies. Yes. I had the one on the bike
No.
too. I know this is totally off subject, but I saw that Mimi, that Hello Kitty sister, pop
Uh-huh.
today in person, and
Uh-huh.
I was like, "How much you want for her?" She was like $100. I said, "American." She said, "Yeah." I said, "I just wanted to cry. I wanted to cry."
I said American. Ted.
I
Honestly,
said,
she
"Well,
should
can I?"
get a discount for that.
Right? She was just like, "I'm sorry, honey." She's like, "You like them?" I'm like, "I don't want to talk to you no more." $100.
Can we?
She's
Is
like,
there
"I
room
had."
to
She
handle?
had two. She had
Mm,
two. She said she let the other one go for like 135, and then that one. I'm
what?
like, "Bitch, can I work it off?
Right.
Can I work like a couple of days and work out?" Anyways, go ahead, Andra.
So I have. I guess these are some y'all. I took this
No,
straight
I like this one.
straight out of a book. Okay, the
There
one
you
on the
go.
left. So it tells when his first appearance was, which was number
Hmm.
27. Tells his real name, his job titles, where he lives, how tall he is, how much he weighs, all the good stuff. Um, and then it gives like a little synopsis about who he is.
Okay.
So I don't have to read all that to you all, but because you already know, like all the good things about Batman. But I don't know if you all know, like it says that he is possibly the greatest martial artist alive, which
Hmm.
that is a skill that he studied at one point in his life, where he went away for a set amount of time to study the art of that. Um, so that's why he's really good with hand to hand combat. His costume is bulletproof and fire resistant. His
Hmm.
cape is weighted. Uh, he has night vision technology and communication arrays built into his suit. We all know about his utility belt, how it pretty much has everything in it that you can think of.
Hmm.
For a guy who doesn't believe in using guns, he pretty much has to use everything else. So, uh,
Right. It
but
doesn't have any superpowers or anything like that, so he has to use his
yeah,
body, his mind, and his gadgets and stuff. So
yeah. So it's just a little thing about him. Um, so I guess
nice.
our first pick is going to be the Court of Owls. And hold on, I gotta get my little notes that I
And Jen and
took.
I were reading this at the same time, and we didn't even know.
I know. Look at us being awesome.
Look at us being sabbatical.
Uh,
We're so sabbatical.
so this is Snyder Run with the art done by Capullo. I love their little like rhyme or whatever. Uh,
Hmm.
or the Court of Owls. I love that. It's my favorite. So I'm gonna read it to you all
Yes.
because I like it. But
There
it
you
says,
go.
"We're the Court of Owls that watches all the time, ruling Gotham from a shadowed perch behind granite and lime. They watch you at your hearth, they watch you in your bed. Speak not a whispered word of them, or they'll send the talon for your head."
Boom.
Yeah,
I'm
so I love
spooked.
that. So this is all from um the absolute edition of the Court of Owls.
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
like pictures from that.
Nice. The art in there goes so well with it.
It does. So like,
Yeah.
dude, that's really cool.
At times,
So,
nice.
I really like the start of it, the beginning of it, because
Mm-hmm.
he's like talking about, like when people ask if people were to tell about how they felt about Gotham in one word, to describe Gotham in one word,
Mm-hmm.
it tells about different words that like that he's heard that they've used. So some of the words were damned, cursed, bedlam, murderous, villainous, a losing game, and hopeless.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said that they equate them also to the villains. So like one was
Mm-hmm.
Gotham, because the phrase is Gotham is, and then you use like a
Yeah.
word to fill in the blank. So
Right.
like one of them was Gotham is Two-Face, which we have the criminal Two-Face, the villain Two-Face, but
Mm-hmm.
it says like it's a city that's at odds with itself.
That part.
And Gotham is Killer Croc, which means that it's like a cannibalistic monster. Um, I can't remember what some of the other ones were, but those were like some of the examples or whatever that it gave about what Gotham was. So I thought that was really cool. At the
Mm-hmm.
beginning, like that it kind of just sets the tone for like,
For the
especially
book.
for someone who's just reading or whatever. Like it gives you kind of an idea of what you can expect from the city, and like how this city is just riddled with like this kind of grimy like darkness or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and how the people in the city that live in the city feel about the city itself. So I
Except
thought
for
that
one
was really,
person.
yeah, I thought that was a really good
Except for one
way
person. Yeah.
to start the book.
Absolutely.
Um,
I
and
love
then
it. Yeah.
another thing that I really liked is, hold on, sorry. So
You're
we
fine.
had Grayson went undercover. He goes like undercover, which he's Nightwing in this,
Yeah.
I believe, right?
Yeah.
So he went undercover as Joker. They have this like they're like contact lenses or whatever that they use, where they can he
Make their
he
face.
goes
Yeah.
undercover.
Like make
Yeah,
your face different.
yes, he goes. Sorry,
Like their
he
whole
goes
body, their
undercover
face.
as Joker or whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
the first time I read this, I was like, "What the hell?" Like he's working with the Joker, but like deep down, I was like, "There's no way. Like there has to be something. There has to be something more to this. There's no way that like him and the Joker are like working hand in hand together."
That part. I
So
was like, mm-hmm.
after I saw this, I was like, "Yeah, well, of course. Like, why didn't I think that there was something that was up?" But
That was
um,
dope.
I also like too. So they have this like facial recognition thing,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I like the way that they do it in the book, because like
Mm-hmm.
most comics, when they are trying to go into detail about who like certain characters are or important characters are, they have to do
Mm-hmm.
this whole like thing about them, right? And it's usually like in the comic bubbles like this, but they like introduce them and they have to tell like all the things about them, and so I thought that this was a really, like, for Snyder to do this, I thought it was a really cool way for him to introduce people in the book,
Mm-hmm.
using like that guise of like the facial recognition stuff,
Yeah.
and introducing like like those prominent figures like that way, instead of like giving this huge rundown. So it's like where
Love it.
like he's using this tool that like Batman like uses to like recognize people
Mm-hmm.
like in the party that he's at or whatever, but like as the reader, like we're also getting to see like
The
who these,
information, and we get to
yeah,
see from like his point of view, right?
yes. And
Almost.
I think like which is, I guess, super silly to kind of point out, but I thought that was like really
No,
well done. Like I really,
it's just the details, yeah. And I wonder who came up with that. I wonder who came up with it. Was it the person that was actually like drawing? Was it who was it? Greg Capullo that was on the writing. I mean,
yeah,
not the
that
writing,
was
the
the
drawing, and then
yeah,
Snyder was that a mutual thing, or was it like, okay, we only have so much space or whatever, but
yeah,
we need to feed all this detail into these panels. So
yeah.
a lot of times, I'm not trying to get sidetracked, but a lot of times manga does that where it shows just that little piece of information for you
Yeah.
to understand like the whole bigger picture. And that was, yeah, that's a great thing to point out. So even
So
though like this happened a long time ago, he was still like advanced with all his like his gadgets and shit, and the way like he was working through, So
yeah.
yeah, that's a
So I really appreciated that as a reader and really enjoyed that because there are so many times like, like writers try to find ways to like introduce stuff and it's so like
mm-hmm,
sometimes it just feels like so redundant. Like, they go over this person and then they have to go into this like, like it's not really and the way that some people introduce things, it's not really interesting, like the way that
mm-hmm.
they go
It's
about
just like
it.
this
So I
info
really,
dump, as my Mars would
yeah,
say. Yeah,
yeah, I
and you kind of
really,
just lose that
really
person in
like
that
it.
shit. Yeah.
Yes, like it flowed so well, and it worked both ways. Like it worked in the comic for like what they were doing for the characters, and it worked like to reach the readers also. So that
Mm-hmm,
was one other thing that I wanted to point out about that I really liked. So we also like at the beginning, like it goes over like we have Dick Grayson, we have Tim Drake, who is Red Robin in this run, and we have Damien. Oh, and Tim Drake is also the Teen Titan
okay.
Robin
Yeah. Yeah.
as well, I think. And then we have
Mm-hmm,
uh, Damian Wayne, who is the acting Robin too.
mm-hmm,
So and then so like in this one we have like where his parents were killed in Crime Alley, like we all know.
mm-hmm,
um
mm-hmm.
uh I think so like at this party it's like a we are introduced to Lincoln March, who is like he's in running for like mayor of Gotham City. That's who is introducing himself to Bruce right now, down at the bottom on the right. And then we also see that there's like they find like this John Doe. Apparently, too, I don't know how accurate that is, but apparently that's like Batman's username is John Doe. It's like John Doe
Okay.
246 or something like that, which I think is
Okay.
think is. But anyway, there's like this John Doe who was like killed in in between this, and he has like all of these like stab wounds, like 50 or something, like in his body or whatever.
Mm-hmm,
Um, and the DNA match on the right you see is showing that under the John Doe's fingernails, the guy who is dead, uh, the DNA, the skin where he's like scratched someone comes from Dick Grayson. And so this like is like the start of that kind of where you see like Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson are connected, start to become connected in another way, but it also forms this like rift between the like they've
mm-hmm,
always want to have like this like kind of push and pull relationship, but like in this story we kind of get to see like this rift uh really kind of develop between the two of them
mm-hmm.
because we see where Bruce is wanting to continue to do things on his own as he always has. Uh,
Right.
and he is shutting the people that are closest to him out. And he's
Right.
keeping Dick at arm's length. Um, and you can see like we also get to see like how Dick kind of like feels about that. Like he keeps coming to
Mm-hmm,
Bruce like, check on him, and Bruce is like keeping him at a distance, and we don't know if it's because he's skeptical, like he feels like there could be some truth to, you know, like if Dick is like something that he's like unsure of, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
that has this like tie or relationship to what's going on. Because the
Right.
guy who
This
died,
organization.
there's this message that says, like Bruce Wayne is pretty much the next one. It's like the next person die.
Mm-hmm.
Like Bruce Wayne will die tomorrow, I think is what the message says, or whatever. So it's like all fingers are kind of pointed at Dick Grayson, like wrong place, wrong time, type thing. So
Right.
we get to see their relationship kind of take some hits. And then so like Bruce Wayne, like Batman, he is really skeptical about the existence of the Court of Owls in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't believe in them because and so like I like this run too because he is so, what's the word I'm looking for? He thinks that he knows everything that there is to know about Gotham. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like in a
Right.
sense, it feels like he is Gotham, right? And like
Right.
Gotham,
Right.
like they're one together. So anything
Right.
that happens in Gotham, he feels like he knows all about, like all the history, like everything, right? Like nothing happens that he isn't aware of. And so to say that there is this like bigger corporation or entity working like behind the scenes and he's not aware of, that's like a dig at him, I feel like. And I think that that's
That
kind of how
part.
he takes it, like
That part.
um
A lot of
but
times with this book, he's humbled as fuck at certain times when he thought that he had control, that he knew everything, and then this organization that's kind
yeah,
of like the Illuminati type shit. They seem like Bruce seems like he's always Bruce or Batman seems like they're always 3 steps ahead when these motherfuckers are 4 steps ahead, 5 steps ahead. You know,
yeah,
so at times I feel like it really humbles his ass and like really makes him step up on a whole nother level as far as like thinking and detective and like all that stuff.
yeah. So he starts to do some undercover work after him and Lincoln March are attacked on one of the towers that his grandfather had. It's like, I think it's like the tallest tower or whatever in Gotham that kind of overlooks the city, which is fitting. But and they're attacked by the Talon, and
Mm-hmm.
Bruce gets the most of it and is like kicked out of the building or whatever. And Lincoln ends up in the hospital, but Dick Grayson comes to him and is pretty much trying to tell him, like, you know, I think that you should take this seriously, like the Court of Owls. Like, I think you should take them
Mm-hmm.
seriously. Like, there's more to this than you realize. And I don't think that they are someone who, like, I don't think it's like make believe. I don't think it's just a tale that's been told to like scare people or whatever. Like, I think there's truth to it. And Bruce is like, in Bruce fashion, it's like I've already looked into them. I looked into them when I was
Right.
younger.
And then that's absolute. Yep. Right.
Yeah, so this kind of goes through the story of like when he had lost his parents and he was like following this trail that he thought could be the Court of Owls, and it goes through like the story of that, and it's like he keeps finding these clues and like these glimpses into things, and he's getting closer and closer, and then he realizes at the end that things weren't as they seemed, and he was only finding things because that was like his mind at work. Like his mind was telling him that there was something more, and that was like closure, I guess, for him, like a way to accept
Right.
what's happening or what happened with his family.
Mm-hmm.
So, he vowed to never be led astray like that, like to pretty much use like deductive reasoning and to have his wits about him, and not to just blindly follow trails. So that like kind of shows like the start of like him becoming a detective, I guess, in a sense, and how what he built, the way he goes about things, like that foundation he built his detective work upon after that. Like, and he felt like that was like a valuable lesson for him.
Yeah, and it was a solid foundation for what he was doing. Yeah.
I feel like that is like for him because, you know, he went through that as a child. And so I don't know. I feel like, and I think he said that he may have looked into it like one other time or whatever. But anyway, he's like digging into these old Wayne buildings that belonged to his great grandfather, I believe. Because I think his great grandfather was the one who had to do with like the buildings and stuff in Gotham City. So he's like going to like different Wayne buildings in search of these, and he finds like these photographs, and so then he ends up becoming like a step closer, and the Talon is behind him and he doesn't realize it, and so he ends up getting him. Well, then he's like missing for a while. They have like the bat signal going. I think they have it up for like a good week or something. Gordon refuses to turn it off as like, which this reminds me of like the Dark Knight trilogy, you know, because they do that too. As like, he has like the bat signal on or whatever, even though he's not, you know, like calling for him, even though he's not present. It's to not only give like the people of Gotham hope, but also to let the villains know that they can't just run rampant. And so, but anyway, meanwhile, Batman is in this maze, and the court is pretty much watching the Talon chase him throughout this maze, and he keeps coming to this owl and into this like bright light, and bats, you know, can't be in bright light for long periods of time. And so it's really, like we get to see like this, his like downfall, and like him mentally being tormented, and like this break in him mentally, like this like mind game that they're playing with him, and you get to see him kind of like break in different parts, which is like sad, because for someone who like you were saying with control, like at a young age he lost his parents, and so he had no control over that situation, and like going forward, I feel like his life was based on making sure he had as much control as possible, and making sure that he knew the ins and outs of things, and that he could predict whatever was going to happen, so that he was always able to react in you know, the best possible way, in a way that he could have control of those outcomes. So in this case, someone who is always used to having control and always used to having things work out the way that he needs them to, like he finds out that the court is actually real. He finds out things about his family that he didn't know before, and then he's like stuck in this maze where he has no control, doesn't know where to go. And like you keep seeing like in different panels, like he's like, I have to get back to the dark. Like he comes out for a little bit, and then he creeps back into the dark, because that's where he feels the safest. But it's so like, this part is so sad to me, because you get to see like that break, like the man inside of him just like breaking
brick by brick. Yep. Brick by brick, they just keep breaking him down, and they expose him and his, like everything that he hates, just like you said, everything that he hates is exposed down there in the light.
Yeah, in the he's really light. Having to come to terms with things like So yeah, I really like this story. I really like, because I feel like, I mean, like, Batman he's human, right? Like he's humanized. He's not like Superman and like all these other superheroes who have superpowers. I've always thought of Batman as this
He's just this
human,
beautiful broken man. Yeah.
but he's also like a character who is still kind of out of reach because he has these extra things. Like he has his wealth, he has his business, he has this person he can go to create like all of these gadgets and things that he needs, and he's able to like live outside of his means and stuff like that, right? So he's still kind of like this untouchable character. So like seeing him like this, like it really humanizes him. Like I feel like it's very like we're able to like relate to him more, because I feel like some of us have probably been at that point where something in life has like hit us and it has broken us, and like we're in like that maze where like you are trying to like fight your way out and try not to give up. And you can see him like doing that. Like he's trying his damnedest not to like give in. And it's like at the very end, like he's about to, like he loses all of his senses and he kind of loses that will. And like they've like broken him.
But then it goes back to what he was saying in the beginning. Yeah. What he was saying in the beginning. What was his word that he picked for Gotham?
I forgot.
I think it was hope. And then that's what always brought him back, was like, the hope that, you know,
he's able to use those skills, like his detective skills again. Like he's able, like he knows, like he remembered when he tasted the water, like what kind of minerals were in the water. Yeah. So he was able to pinpoint where exactly he was at and where to hit at to like escape and all of that. So yeah, I don't know. I just really like it. And then we also find out in this run about the connection between him and Dick Grayson, like Batman's.
I'll be right back, Inja. I'll be right back. Okay, keep talking. I'll be right back.
Was the one who helped to found and like build the buildings in the city, and then Dick Grayson's, I think it was his grandfather, I may be wrong, or great grandfather, is actually one of the Talons, and Dick Grayson was also a pick to be one of the next Talons. We find out in this run also, which I think is really cool. Like they were meant to be pitted against one another. So, and that was like the whole thing with like the circus, because Dick Grayson was a part of the circus before Batman found him. And so I think that's where, you know, because he had all of these different talents being part of the circus act, I think that was like one of the things that the court looked for, and it was easy for them to pull people from groups like that without there being questions raised. So I don't know, I really like the Snyder run, the story with the Court of Owls. I think it's really good. It has a lot of big pivotal moments in there. So yeah, and my girl left me, so I'm feeling like I'm on the spot, which is making me a little you know, anxious a little bit. So I'm not gonna do my next one yet. My next pick though is Batman Heart of Hush. And then we'll go to, I think, Sheena's next one. She has Batman the Imposter. So while I'm waiting for her, thank you, Bethany. I appreciate it. I'm like, my body's getting all hot and I'm like starting to sweat and, you know, feeling awkward and all that. So I'm sorry ahead of time, guys. Hopefully she'll be back soon. I guess I can go into my next one and then she can do hers when she gets back. We can do that. Yeah, so my next one is, oh, there she is. Yay!
Sorry. I thought I was going to pee on myself. Okay, sorry.
Oh, okay. I was
Okay,
like
so
trying not to have a mini panic attack deep down inside.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I was like, oh my God. I didn't want to be rude, but I have like a 3-year-old bladder. Where are we now?
We're on yours now.
Oh, okay. Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah, girl, I'm
Okay.
sure.
So yeah, and then I like that too. If you look on the quarter, like it's part of the ones that they say that are essential to reading for DC. So that whole little run right there is, yeah, it's prime. So yeah, A1. Good job, Ninja. Okay. So my next pick is. Oh, how do you make my things bigger? Oh, there. Okay. So I picked the one shot Batman Imposter, and that one is by Madison. I think that's their name. Where is my thing? And then the art is by Andre Tarantino. So the same person that drew Gideon Falls drew this one. Okay. So the first one, it's a DC Black Label, which I love the Black Label ones. They're a lot more dark. They're a lot more grittier, more adult. Like, there's nothing wrong with like the PG-13 stuff, but sometimes you need that Black Label in your life. Okay. So, I liked it that it started off in the magazine size because you really got to see the art and for all it was. But for whatever reason, they just went down to the regular size ones, and that pissed me off because none of it fucking matched. Okay. So then, all right. So we open up to the story, and it's like Batman when he's first starting out. Okay. So he's just lost his family, the whole thing. He's lost his family. He's trying to find his way, you know. Then he ends up getting hurt, as you can see in this picture right here. He ends up getting hurt, and this psychologist finds him, and she takes him in, and she figures out who the Batman is. And so instead of turning him in, she tells him, "Look, I know that you probably have a lot of things going on. Like, what makes the Batman? What makes you tick? Like, why do you dress up like this and take your ass out here and put yourself in these situations?" So she's like, if you don't tell me and you don't keep showing up for these sessions that I want you to do and get help, then I'm going to go turn you in. I'm going to go tell everybody who the hell you are, you know? So, meanwhile, as he's having these sessions with this woman, there is an imposter. And the imposter is out here killing villains. And Batman's whole thing is that he does not kill. He doesn't do that. He turns them in. He's never tried to cross that line. But there's somebody out here dressing up as him and then impersonating him and out here killing people instead. And yes, it is people that need to die, but at the same time, he's like ruining his whole thing, And I love yeah. So then, so basically, that's what it is. It's like the murder mystery that's going on, but while you're really getting to dig in deep of who and what Batman, is, and the way that the art is done to show the story is fucking amazing. There's times that you have to like turn the book around and stuff like that to really understand what was going on, but it's not hard to follow. Does that make sense?
That's how
Like
the
it could be
was too. Like,
right,
and so there's to show, I guess, like how things were for him too, and how he was kind of like.
I remember that. Yeah. And then there was parts like he was moving in deeper into the maze and everything. Yes. So this is another book that does that, where you have to turn, where you have to hold it a certain way to understand the story, but it doesn't take you out the story. It's not like jarring or anything like that. So like the panels in here are fucking amazing. Like he always does a good job at like, bringing his story to life. And then I love this one. I put this one up here because of the fact that he's the White Knight, but this person is making him out to be something worse than what he is, you know?
Yeah.
And I love it that you get a little bit of everything. And one thing that it stood out with me is what she like diagnosed him with, because she was even saying that he's autistic. And I was like, holy shit, that makes so much sense. When like the way that the psychiatrist was like diagnosing him, as she was like sitting there just having these, you know, conversations with him and stuff like that. But like I love the way that his outlook on Batman is, and I really appreciated it. It's only three issues. It wrapped up pretty fast. It was boom, boom, boom. But it was wrapped up nicely. It wasn't like, you know, it could have used a couple more issues to understand it. But no, they did a really good job. This team did a really good job on this series. So
Awesome.
I feel like you should definitely pick this one up. It's beautiful, and pick up the hardcover. But here I go again. If you don't want to commit to it, you can easily borrow it from Hoopa. The end.
The end. I love that. That's awesome. I like that.
All right, it's your turn, Linda.
I like the W in there. In that pic at the bottom.
Mm-hmm. That's a beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay, so mine, which I told them about earlier, is Batman Heart of Hush. It's a continuation from Hush. But the creative team is different from that of Hush.
Okay.
But so like the parts that I highlighted were like it goes into. I need to see if I can find my book. Oh, sorry. It goes into like he goes into his background of like how he came to be who he was. And him and Bruce were actually friends starting out. And it also goes into like, you know, like that relationship between him and his mom as well. But I think there was one on here I wanted to I don't know if I can find it. Oh yeah, so he talks about how like the trauma of like what he went through and like the scars or whatever from that also. I guess how like it keeps things sharp in his mind and is like always like a remembrance to that. And he talks about how he uses like just enough anesthetic to kind of dull the pain, like so like to dull the pain a little bit so he's not like in complete misery, but he wants to still kind of like feel that feeling to keep like the memories of like what he experienced sharp. And so like he's always kind of like one with that. But he talks about like how he tried to go after Bruce Wayne like through some of his enemies, which is like this panel there in the middle. So we see like the Riddler, Harley Quinn, Joker, Poison Ivy. And then he says this time he'll strike him in his very heart for only his complete rejection of his hands, and he will also be able to exorcise the demons of his past. And so like he says that when he was a child, there were no greater demons than that of his parents. They were from a humble background. His mother had married into a distinguished family. And he talks about like how the change in social status, like what they were granted because of that. And he talks about like he wasn't ever, I don't think he was ever really happy about, you know, like that change or whatever. But he found a friend. He said he would never forgive Wayne for allowing even one of them to live. But he found a friend in Bruce Wayne. I think his mom had reconstructive surgery, And so like these are like the panels or whatever before that. Um so like he his mom is calling for him and she says, "Oh Tommy boy, oh Tommy my boy." And like one of the things she says to him at the end I think is hush, which I really like that cuz it's, you know, like the title of the books or whatever. So this one is like a deep dive, I guess, more into his story and his background.
Like his origin story. Yeah, okay.
Like you get more of that at the beginning, like how he came to be who he is and why he has this like obsession with destroying everything that Bruce holds dear. And you also kind of see that.
Yeah, this guy, he can't catch a break. Like,
you also kind of see like
Bruce can't catch a break.
Like how Bruce was like really sad to like, you know, he lost his parents in a tragic way or whatever, and that really helps with him. Like Tommy, on the other hand, you get that feel like that wasn't the case for him. Like him losing his parents was kind of like setting himself free in a way. So yeah, I don't know, but I think that this one is a really good story. I would recommend reading both of them. I've heard that people didn't like Heart of Hush, I guess, as much as the original, like the prequel or whatever to that. But I liked it. I enjoyed it. I don't know if it's just where I was at the time because I got this years and years back, but I like the story. I love the art. I love the way everything looked.
Yeah, the art looks good.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I felt like so, but that's
love it. I haven't read this. I only read Hush, but I felt like I read everything, but of Hush, the whole thing, and then I was like, "What? I did it? Okay, whatever."
Yeah,
I'll get on it sometime.
I would recommend reading it. I don't know if anybody else would.
Yeah, no doubt.
But I did. And then it's Paul Dini too, so you know.
It's what?
Batman animated series.
Oh yes, love it. Love it. Good job, India.
Thank you. Oh,
it's my turn. Okay, so these next two ones, I think I did back to back. These next two ones, shout out to my Kelly. Okay, so these next two runs they mean a lot to me. They're close to my heart because when I first started getting into collecting comics and stuff like that, this was one of the first stories, and it was a buddy read. So Kelly recommended it to me, and we had a lot of fun reading it. So that's why I wanted to highlight it. And it is Batman the White Knight by Sean Murphy. So it is drawn and written by him. So that's pretty cool. Nice. You don't really see a lot of that.
Yes.
So basically, the story takes place. You know, you have your classic Joker and Batman. You know, like the chasing after each other, like the Roadrunner and fucking the Coyote. You know, and they have a whole love story. And sometimes the story is told in the eyes of Harley Quinn. And then sometimes it's told in the eyes of Batman and Joker. So Joker and the other guy, I can't remember his name. Oh, Jack. So what they're trying to say is that Harley comes up with this antidote, like this serum to help, if I can remember right, and it actually helps the Joker. And her boyfriend at that time, that was Jack, because Jack was descending into madness. So she was trying to find something to help him come back. And then all the while he was a Joker, he was doing shit. Batman's tearing up the city, trying to look for him and trying to do all this shit, and he comes back. And like, as you can see, there's the Joker and Jack. So it's like they're always fighting for the body. So finally he gets stabilized enough to where he it's just Jack. And then Jack basically goes on a campaign and says, you know what? I wasn't the only problem. Mine was a mental health problem. And I just got the shit beat out of me by the Batman. He's part of the problem. I'm gonna become mayor. I'm gonna make things for better. I'm gonna have Harley by me. I'm gonna, turn this place around. So, he's spitting a good game because people could see the difference in him now. And so it's basically, you know, turning the Batman into a villain in a twist, and all the while like Harley's like piecing shit together. So it's an amazing story, especially the first like two. I know it turned bigger. The art in it is amazing. So
Yeah.
I know that there was a part that was just Harley's point of view as far as the story, and then it jumps back into Batman and the Joker and all that, Batman, Joker, Jack, all of them. But I think it was just amazingly done. I was waiting for the whole collection to come out so I could read it all together, because it gets a little confusing at times, like who's who, and like as the story progresses. I don't know if it was supposed to be as big as it was that it turned out to be. I don't know if that was his plan all along, but
Yeah.
it does go for quite a bit of time. So I just would like to see till it's over so I could read it all as a whole. But it's a pretty good story. It's really good. Like, you really get to see Batman in a different light. People not looking at him as a savior, and even people that are close to him, like, maybe you are part of the problem, sir. You could
Yeah.
have did a lot more with your money. And then he starts looking at like a criminal. So now
Yeah.
you have other people that used to be his allies turn on him and look in a different way. So yeah. And then people that you thought maybe was his enemies start becoming his allies. So yeah.
Oh, I
And the
like
art, this is one of the covers that I love the most in it.
that classic Harley
His art,
costume.
right? Yeah,
I like
right.
that.
Love
That
it,
just
love it. And then, like I said before, as I feel like a lot of the ones that I picked right now, you could go in not knowing, because this isn't like continuity. Like, this doesn't. This is just like its own little side story and everything like that. So without even really knowing anything, you can enjoy this run. You
Yeah.
don't you don't really you can know the basic people, and even if you didn't know them, you could still enjoy this run. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm all about like the
And then
stories that have a twist on like
mhm,
what the original storyline is. Anything that's
yeah. And
that
you can
very
enjoy, you can really, right. And if you did know the people, and you could point out, I don't want to necessarily call them like Easter eggs maybe, but like you can appreciate those characters in this light and where they're going. And there may be even characters that they haven't even like used in a while that they flesh out. So yeah,
yeah,
I enjoyed it. Thanks, Kelly.
that's a good pick.
Thanks, Beam. All right, what you
You're
got for us?
okay, I have Earth One, Jeff
Okay.
Johns. So dude, okay, you see that middle one? I did that panel because they were
We
you know
we
what
see that middle one.
yeah. It reminds me of Happy of the End.
Our boys, right?
Yes, where boys in
I'm
plastic
sorry. My
Lane
boy,
the same way. I was like, dude,
right.
I have to highlight this so I can tell Sheena about it. We just did that. But yeah, so this is where you see Batman very fresh. Fresh. Um so he's going after the the guy who used to be a detective, he was the first detective on the case of his parents' death. I believe he was the first
Okay.
detective on the scene. And so
Okay.
like, so Batman notices that at one point he has the lighter that he had gifted, that Bruce had gifted his father the Christmas before his death. Um,
Okay.
so he knows like this man has, uh, that's hilarious. I love that, Bethany. um, that he knows something about the death of his parents or was involved in some
Okay.
way. So anyway, I don't know. I just love this because, you know, like he's so kind of green, you know, like so like the Batman we know and love now would have never like just fallen in the alley, like, you know, like trying to jump from rooftop to rooftop, would have
Right.
never just fallen like this in the
Right.
crash or whatever.
I'm
But
dead.
also the thing that like hits me too, because in this one he is so concerned about like trying to figure out what's going on with him and like what, you know, like what he wants answers for. He's pretty much like brushing people off that need help, and that's
Okay.
not like what Batman does. So like in this next
That part.
panel that we see on the far right, we see a man who is getting robbed and he's yelling for help, and Batman clearly hears and clearly sees that like he just turns and keeps
Yeah,
going
he's
about
like,
it.
man, fuck you. Did you see me? I was just sitting in the trash too. Like, like
But
I'm my own problems guy.
But then as he turns down the alleyway, he sees this homeless woman and she's like, you know, please don't hurt me. I'm just trying to keep warm. But then he ends up giving her like money. So I don't know. It's so weird that like because I don't know if it's because she's directly in front of him, you know, asking for help. Like it was easy for him to turn a blind eye to what was happening across the street, kind of away from him.
So
Um,
is this story like where he's first started off? Is that what you said? Like the year one, right?
yeah,
So maybe he's more like still trying to figure out everything. Like who the fuck does he help? And that maybe at times like he's like that, like he's in his feelings when he's sitting in the fucking trash can, and then he's like turns around, he's like, man, fuck you, dude. Like I have, I have my own problems. But then he comes and says, why am I even wearing this? Like, what am I doing? I don't
yeah.
know. I haven't read that one yet, but
So, like, and
okay.
Jacob Weaver is his name, is the guy's name that he was after. So, like, you
Okay.
see, found evidence on him. He sees that he used to work for the precinct. And then I think it was like 2 weeks after his parents' funeral, he
Okay.
starts working for the acting mayor. Like he's no longer like a detective. He's working for the mayor in some form or fashion. So on the far
Okay.
right, we see a taxi pulling up, this guy getting out. In the yard, we see Thomas Wayne is running for mayor. So this is like it's veered back to the past. And the
Mm-hmm.
guy walking in on the cane, that's Alfred. And so he has no
Oh shit.
connection to Bruce Wayne right now as far as like being his butler and like working for him, but he was a friend of Thomas Wayne. I think they did like a stint together in the military. So Thomas is like introducing him to his wife. I think they're going up against her relative. Uh, Is that right for mayor? Like, so this is like a story between the Waynes and the Arkhams, who are the two oldest
Okay.
families
So,
supposed to
okay.
be in Gotham. So Martha's side of the family is the Arkhams,
Got
which
it.
is like the crazy half, and then Thomas's side of the family are the Waynes, and so like one, I think the correlation was like one built Gotham and one helped
Okay.
to fund Gotham and keep it running.
Oh.
But
Oh. Okay.
so the two oldest
I
families
definitely need to read this.
have pretty much joined together, and Martha is helping him campaigning Thomas's big thing is that he wants things to be as normal for Bruce as possible. So like he wants to still do like outings, like normal things, like them going to the movies, which is the big thing for, you know, the night tonight. And so Alfred is trying to talk to him, like, you know, you've had death threats and stuff. Um, you need
Damn.
to be cautious of like what you're doing, like that's not smart. And he's like, Thomas is kind of has those rose colored glasses on and just like, you know, like nothing's gonna touch me. I'm still gonna like do what, you know, like I need to do for my family. Bruce will love this. I want things to be normal. And Alfred's like, you know, things aren't normal. Like you live in this like mansion. You have people who work for you. Like you're running for
Right.
mayor. You
My
have all
guy.
this money. Like, you know, like you have to be realistic about things. So of course, Thomas doesn't heed his warning. They go to this movie Bruce has been wanting to see. The power is cut. The movie isn't working. And so Thomas is like, you know, we can go see it the next week or whatever. Bruce is at the age very bratty and very entitled. And he's like, no, you know, like I want to watch it now. There's another theater that's showing it. He runs out. When he runs out, he bumps into this guy. The guy's like
Dun,
telling
dun, dun.
him like, where he's going. Bruce is trying to show his, you know, like he's got like the metal, like big balls or whatever. And he's like, my parents are this and that and this and that of Gotham, you know? And so that guy's like, oh, so you're the Wayne kid. And so he nabs Bruce.
Oh,
Thomas,
shit.
Thomas is trying to, you know, like plead with the guy and it's like, I'll give you whatever, you know, like that original story we've always kind of seen. Like the guy's not really after riches and money and stuff like that. Like he's there to do a job. And you can tell that in the scene because even after he's like pleading and like is trying to give him stuff, he's still off Bruce's parents and Bruce is there to witness it. And so
Oh, damn.
this
Yeah.
down on the left, you know, is like him still in shock over what he's witnessed. And so like it fast forwards a little bit. There's a social worker that answers. She's letting Alfred know that the Waynes have named Alfred as the guardian of Bruce. Alfred's like, I'm not a parent. They're like, well, you have a daughter. He's like, no, what I'm trying to tell you is that I'm not, you know, like I'm not in a position to look after anybody. Like that's not, you know, who I am. And so apparently Bruce hasn't been eating. He's still been in shock. He's refusing to like talk to anybody. Alfred goes to see him. Bruce is like, who the hell are you? Alfred's like, I'm your butler. And that's how Alfred becomes the butler. So
I'm dead.
I guess like Alfred, because he's done like this military stint, it kind of reminds me of that Gotham series that they did on the WB, because you know, like that take of Alfred was more he was more like very like hands at, like, you know, he kind of had that, he kind of put you in the mind that he had that like military or some sort of like experience with, like fighting and like dealing with violent stuff, right? More so than the Alfred that we've been used to seeing. So this Alfred puts in the mind of that more. So I think he is like kind of trained Bruce in like
he's starting to,
and
you
like
get to see like
ways to like defend himself or whatever. But he didn't do it so Bruce could turn into what he ends up turning into. But
he does it for grief reasons.
Who?
Like to handle that. He did it for like
does it so that he has a way of like protecting himself, and then maybe that way for Bruce to like for them to kind of develop this relationship, I guess, where they can start interacting with one another, where Bruce wasn't at that point where he wanted anything to do with anyone. But like, so like on this panel on the right, uh Bruce Wayne makes an appearance, and it's like his first appearance that he's made in years to
Okay.
Cobblepot's one of his parties. And so we find out that the Penguin is actually the mayor of Gotham City now. And the guy that Bruce was after works for Cobblepot. And so Bruce chases after him, and this kind of goes back towards that beginning panel that I showed and like what the outcome ended up being. Is like chasing after him.
Okay.
The precinct, the Gotham City PD is out there. This is like Bruce going after them, like he's pretty much throwing hands on anybody. And then like, there's a lot of like the story goes between a then and now phase, so it jumps from present to past. So this is another one where it's in the past, where Bruce goes into the mausoleum that's owned by his parents, and the bats come flying out, and it kind of like scares him or whatever. But then he's like intrigued like by the armor and stuff that he finds, and this is like the start of him like becoming the Batman, I guess. And then we also have like the villain in this story is known as the Birthday Boy, I think is his name.
Birthday Boy.
He's like obsessed with young girls that but like that resemble his first victim. He's like a serial killer. So his first victim's name was Amanda, I think. So like
Amanda,
I think supplies these girls for him, and he calls them. And so he like holds this like birthday party for them, and then he ends up killing them. So this is like
that's a birthday party too. Not my last day. Not my last day and my birthday.
So like introduced to him in this one. This is like where the one I was telling you about earlier, where Bruce is like not speaking with or talking or interacting with anyone, and Alfred trying to reach out to him. And then on the one on the right, this is a now one, and so Alfred is pretty much telling him, you know, I didn't teach you self-defense for all of this. I didn't teach you how to do these things so you could run out here as Batman and like you're crazy and like you can like do all these things. And he's like, you're not ready. Like you don't have what it takes. You're not willing to do what needs to be done in order to be Batman. Like you won't even use a gun, this and that. And so Alfred beats his ass pretty much. And then later on, Bruce fights back, and he ends up getting Alfred, and Alfred's like, okay, well, maybe you are ready. And then we get, and then we get to see Harvey, like the introduction of Harvey Bullock. And so in this one, Harvey has just joined the precinct. Like he had this like show about like detectives or whatever. It was like a reality show type thing where he like solves like unsolvable cases, and so he has this kind of like Hollywood mindset and his like rose colored glasses, pretty much like he's like crazy about women, thinks that things are like easy. He thinks like crime pretty much operates the same everywhere. He's very like optimistic about what it means, I guess, to be a police officer and like getting criminals and stuff like that. So he realizes really quick that Gotham is completely different and that it doesn't operate like it does anywhere else. And so he's kind of like Harvey's like
it's its own monster. Yeah.
And so he learns really quickly that the Gotham PD is pretty much bought off. Like there are some criminals that are untouchable, and there are criminals that pretty much run
Mm-hmm.
Gotham.
Okay.
And so like when he goes to try and like arrest somebody, he realizes really quick that that's not how things work. And so he has to come to terms with that. Like he has this, although he's kind of a schmuck, he has this like strong sense of justice as well.
Got it.
And so he wants to
Yeah.
see justice done because he still believes right is right and wrong is wrong.
Right.
And we also get, like in this one, we also get the story of the Arkhams, like why people think that they're crazy and like a family to stay away from. And so like Bruce's mom's family, her grandmother killed her grandfather with a sledgehammer, and then she killed herself
Damn.
afterwards. And so like you have like that's what is known as Arkham Asylum. Like they keep passing it
right.
like in the book, but she like makes Bruce promise that he'll never go inside of there because of like the things that happened in that place or whatever. And there's like this theory that you'll go crazy. And so
what?
Bruce also thinks that like the mayor has killed off his parents. So like, he goes through that trying to solve the case of like who really got his parents. I don't know. It's like a whole big thing. So this part here
I really need to get this book.
It's really good. This part right here on the left is where Bullock went and pulled files on Bruce's family's death, and it got back to the Penguin, and so the Penguin has kidnapped his daughter. What's his name's daughter? And so he's like, you check those out because checked them out under his name, and so they thought he was looking into it, and he wasn't.
Oh shit!
So, yeah, so he checked it out under.
Okay, don't tell me no more because I'm gonna get this book.
Yeah, it's so good. So that's the birthday boy on the right. This is one where like I think the Penguin or somebody asked like who he is, and Batman refers to himself as Vengeance. Yeah. And then on the right, this is one where the Penguin has been like beating Batman to a pulp or whatever, and Alfred comes with a shotgun.
Oh shit! I was gonna say it's Alfred.
And then
he don't be playing that. Those aren't his roles, okay?
At the end of the book, after Barbara had been kidnapped by the birthday boy, we see like she's checked out all these things on like self-defense, like how to do judo, karate, like all the things. She's even sketched out a thing for like a new costume maybe for herself. And then we see Harvey Bullock in the middle. And this is him like because he had to come to terms with how Gotham is actually run, that things aren't as black and white as they seem. He saw all of the little girls that had been killed in the basement of Arkham by that birthday boy villain. And so this is like the start, Harvey Bullock has always been one that we've known to like, be a drunk. And that's how like he goes through life and through his shifts and stuff. So this is like the start of that progressing because he wasn't like that before.
Right. Right.
And then we also see the coming of the Riddler at the end as well. So that was my pick for.
Wow. So a lot of origin stories, a lot of starts for a lot of firsts for a lot of these characters that are okay.
Yeah, I really liked it. It's really good.
It sounds really good. I really need to get this one. So definitely on my list. Okay. All right. So it's my turn, right?
Oh,
Good
Tom.
job, Ninja. Alrighty.
Cool.
So, like I said, this was another one that I read when I first started reading comics with Kelly. She suggested this one. And, yeah, yeah. And then, so I picked Injustice by Tom King. Not Tom King, Jesus, Tom Taylor. And Brian B. And a lot of the art was done by Jeremy Rapak. I can't even read my own damn handwriting. S. Miller and Bruno Redondo. Okay, so this is a story about. So when you first meet them, there's a series of events that happen here in this book, and it sets off. Sorry, I got it.
Okay.
There's a series of events that sets off um, the
Mm.
rise and the fall of like the Justice League and everybody that you know. So
Yes.
and then this is like a separate story by itself. Okay, this has nothing to do with the main storyline or anything like that. So um Superman ends up losing, somebody very dear in his life, and it sets him in motion to think differently, the grief and how unfair the world is. And basically he gets like, oh, like Aaron Yeager energy, like ghetto energy. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Why do we keep entertaining these motherfuckers? When we
Yes.
have the power to do something and move in a different way, why are we so, like I'm basically a fucking god. So I need to start acting like one, and stop thinking about certain people's agenda, meaning Batman's agenda, like that we don't kill and we don't do all this stuff. Like who the fuck set him up to be God? So um Batman is like, dude, you're hurt, and then like friendships are destroyed because of like their different beliefs, and different uh the way that they now want to move forward. You see what I'm saying? Batman still wants to be Batman, and he sees that, like, he's just like, where does it end? If we start doing this, okay, so we take over this, and we start doing this and this and that, like, where the fuck does it end? When do you start like your power being bigger than you, getting away from you? So, and then Superman's like, fuck y'all, I'm doing what I want to do, and lines are drawn, you know, um, friendships are destroyed, like I said, and then you see people that you didn't think that were going to be allies now that are fucking they're basically on one side. It comes like a civil war type shit. Who's ever running with Batman and whoever's running with Superman.
Yeah.
So, and I like it that I think it's like 5 books or something like that, and I love it that there's a lot of, yeah. So see, like you see that like the line has been drawn in the sand. He keeping their foot down, and that means like them not fucking with each other on that level anymore.
Mhm.
And then there's a lot of, why isn't my thing moving the way I want to? Of course, it messes up when I want to do something.
I got you. I think.
Did it change the picture, Andrew?
Yeah, I just changed it for you.
You have
Give
to.
me Is that the?
Okay,
It's
thank
the
you.
one.
But there's a lot.
Oh no! What? Y'all. What? I'm sorry. Um, Sheena disappeared. I think her thing was like messing up. So I hate that for you guys because now you get me. Um, Okay. Oh, she coming back?
What just happened?
Girl, I
It
don't
just,
know.
oh
You
my
like
God.
disappeared. It
I
dropped.
don't
I
know. I
think
was just sitting there talking. That's crazy. Okay, my
it
bad.
dropped
So,
your stuff too, though.
okay. So just basically, just to wrap that up, I just showed a panel of like Batman and Catwoman together. And, there's some very heart wrenching stories right there. And there's some very funny moments in there too. Tom Taylor has a way of like making you laugh as all these things are going on, with certain characters of making you laugh. So I really enjoyed the whole run. There's some moments that you're like, what in the entire hell is going on? And then, um, but then there was real moments that were pretty big, and it could be like that. So I have a bunch of slides in there. Sorry. So yeah, that's basically it. Um, Here I go again. Once another book that you did not have to know anything. I really didn't know anything. Like I said, I had just started off reading, and it was simple to read. It's okay for kids to read because Shaden read it when he was a lot younger than he is now. Uh, and yeah, you see, he'd be like, "Oh, that's injustice," but but yeah.
Have you ever played the game? Has Shaden played the game? Or you played
Oh
the
yeah,
game?
and I had a picture of the game on there too, so to show the art of the game.
Right there.
Huh?
Right there. Can you see it?
Right. Oh yeah. So yeah, that's the game. That's cool.
The
Yeah.
game is
That's it. I
played.
think that's the last panel for that one. Yeah. So yeah,
Okay.
it's a really good run. Yeah, I never played the game before. So Shaden plays one of those Batman ones he has. I can't remember, but it's not Injustice. I don't think it is. I'll ask him when he comes back in here. So yeah. All right, your turn.
Okay, so these are my last ones. Because I do things at the last minute and kind of ran out of time. But
It's okay.
I have the Killing Joke listed, Black Mirror, Hush, which
Hush.
was what I
I love
mentioned
that
earlier,
cover. I absolutely love that cover.
and then Batman Noel. So Batman Noel is pretty
Nice.
much like the Charles Dickens. What in the heck, Sheena? I can't drink
What
on
did I
Thanksgiving.
do?
No, it's me. Cause not me. Oh
That's
my gosh, how like oh
what
what?
happened.
Because I'm an idiot, Sheena. I have to
What happened?
freaking. I know the story. I know what it's
Oh,
called.
okay.
Uh what? Okay.
Okay. Do you know who
Oh,
it's by?
no,
Let's start with that.
I can't. Oh my gosh. With like Scrooge and the whole like
Yeah.
little Tim and what is
Yeah.
that? Why can I not think of the name? Why did I
I know
like?
what you're
Why
talking about.
right? Okay. A
Yeah.
Christmas Carol.
Christmas
Sweet
Carol.
Jesus. Like I was like struggling so bad just now. What?
That's how we.
Yeah. So it is pretty much like told from the perspective or like with that in mind, like a Christmas Carol. It's told like a Christmas
Okay.
Carol. The artwork is absolutely
I don't
beautiful.
know.
It puts you like in the mind of Christmas time and winter and snow and
Oh,
cold. It makes you feel like that. It's like I absolutely love it. So we have two characters or two
okay.
main characters.
Okay. Oh,
So
look at that.
Bob is his name, like Bob Cratchit, and then
Mm-hmm.
Scrooge is Batman. Um,
Crying.
yeah,
How do
right,
we know that?
right. And so, it's pretty much telling the story from Bob's perspective about being down on his luck. He takes this job from the Joker, as we see. Bob doesn't really know what he's getting himself into. He's just trying to meet make ends meet. It's him and his son that live
Okay.
together. They don't really have much to their name at all. Bob's trying to get through life the best that he knows how, while still bringing up and raising his son. I do like one of the things that I like about the beginning of the story, is how they talk about how you have to believe that people can change. Like that's like what type of story
Mm,
it is. It's a story
okay.
where you have to have deep inside of you that you know that people can change. And so like one of my favorite quotes right here is the idea that a person can take years of programming and habit and turn on their ass, that when the deck is stacked against him, he can get the stones to overcome. And so
Nice.
um, I like that because that's us in general. Like so many of us are so programmed, like the way that we've been brought up, and that are
That part. That part.
sisters that were brought up before us. Like we have been programmed to think and feel and react a certain way, right? But then at
That
some
part.
point in our lives, we have to be adults and realize that we are accountable for our own thinking and our own action and our own actions
Mm-hmm.
and those changes. And so this part right here really resonates with me because there are so many people who, because it also talks about later in the story how it's so easy to not change and to just go about things as you always have, and how
Right.
much harder it is to actually make that change and become a better
Mm-hmm.
person,
Right.
how more fulfilling that is. And so I like I love the story and the way that they did this. And so like we get to
Yeah.
see like later on in the story that Bob has a choice to make and that he has to
Mm-hmm.
make change. And like we also get to see that Scrooge or Batman is so set in his ways about how he feels about people and criminals. Like he is like they're the lowest of the low. I don't care that he has a child. Like they all have children. His child's probably going to end up turning out just like him in about 10 years, and I'm going to have to deal with him too. Like he's so very Scrooge like in the story. And
Okay.
so the story shows both of them having to be bigger people and make a change and do what's right. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. It was a really fun read. I love the whole anything that's like based off of a Christmas Carol, I'm gonna freaking eat up.
Nice.
So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. This is probably
Yeah.
one of my
And
favorites. The
that's
art.
probably a good story to be like, that's a good idea because the Christmas Carol is all about like looking at yourself, looking at yourself and like even the ugly parts, even the good parts, even the hurtful parts, to change.
Yes.
And you want that, and change is uncomfortable at times. And
It is
that's a good
so
story too. Yeah.
yeah,
So that's a great story to play off of that, even though it's hella old, you could still take away from that story, So yeah, that's dope. Good job, Linda.
and those, my love, are all of my slides. Just
Nice. I only have one more book and then I am done. Okay, so I'll make it quick. So this is another one by Tom Taylor, and this was actually done by Jasmine uh, Purity, Purity, and it's basically DC going medieval on our asses. Okay, so
dude, I love it. I love the medieval feel. Dude, not the
so we
monk
own
haircut.
huh?
What? What?
The what?
The monk haircut on the right. I love it. I can't. That monk bowl cut.
Right? Oh my God, you're so funny. So we open up. So back then there was a prophecy made. Okay, that basically somebody was going to bring about, deaths and all this stuff was going to happen. Okay, all this bad stuff, but there was nothing that was clear on who was going to do it. Okay, so Superman and his family come from, where they're from. They touch down. They're aliens here in this world. Obviously, they make their whole kingdom. and then there's other different kingdoms and shit like that. So every kingdom is trying to figure out what is going to happen, and basically making moves to see who's going to bring about all this harshness that's going to be bestowed on the world if all these things come to fruition. Okay, so in the midst of it, you have um, Batman being a knight for the king and queen, the Kal-Els, and Superman being the prince, and
Of
them being
course.
best friends type shit, and uh, you get to see them. He's just like he's used to like being a soldier and everything like that. Taking things seriously. There's like he's got a job to do. He's like trying to keep people from assassinating the royal family and everything like that. And Superman's kind of like, oh, like come hang out with me, come take it. And he's like, no, I ain't got time for that shit. So, but you really get to see them as a whole and interact. But then something major happens, and once again, this is a book where things turn, and Superman and Batman are kind of standing on different sides, and um, Batman is way more important than he is to believe at the beginning, and you get to. It's basically like it has moves kind of like a Game of Thrones, like how they go and attack one kingdom, and you have and I loved it that they use like a bunch of characters. You have super, you have Wonder Woman, you have all the Robins, you have Poison Ivy and Harley. I think I have a picture of them, but yeah, there's Daddy when he turns when he's a knight, the big guy, but this is another story Tom Taylor does that you don't really need to know these people,
Yeah.
but you can love this. Look how cute that is. Look how beautiful the art is too. Like
I
how well that this is played out. And if you
know.
just like things like that where people are like they have knights, they have witches, they have kings and queens and medieval stuff, you're really going to enjoy this story. You're going to enjoy everything that comes to the story. I thought it was only supposed to be like a 12-issue series, but they have the spinoff of it. So they have the one that just came out. I think there's only like one or two issues of it, and it's called Dark Knights of Steel All Out War or something like that.
Okay.
So I think he's just trying to expand in this world. So
Yeah.
yeah, and actually he's doing that one with his homeboy, Jay Kristoff. And so, yeah, if you like things like that, then you'll definitely appreciate this run. If you love Tom Taylor, you'll appreciate this run. And just like it said, you don't have to know all these characters because there was a couple of characters I was like, who the hell's that? But the you see them in different lights, and you get to see characters that you really don't get to see all the time. You're like, oh shit, okay, there's Constantine, there's not, like things like
Yeah.
that. You can appreciate what Taylor was trying to put. Um, yeah, so I really enjoyed it, and this part just cracks me up with with Ivy and Harley, and
The
Ivy being I
Baker.
mean, Harley being the Joker, and that, but yeah, like the Jester and everything like that. But she's Harley. You see what I'm saying? Like she's doing Harley shit, like
Yeah.
cracking jokes, getting on people's nerves, but actually like saving every fucking body. So, and then like I said, like look at these panels, like beautiful art. Very well done. So, and like I said, there's characters that you don't really get to see all the time. That
Yes.
get utilized in the story. So.
Yeah, I like that.
And then see, these are some of the covers that I really love. You have to tell me, good. Yes, that's what I wanted. I was hoping that just telling a little bit, like trying to sink you in to want to read it and have the time. I believe that there's already like a trade out, so and then here I go again. Hoopla. Okay, if you want, it's on there. I know. Yeah. But I think that was, yeah. And then this is one of the one covers that you could see that they're both like together, like they stand on different sides, but they're actually like the same person and shit like that. I love that cover. So, and yeah, I think that's it. That's my last slide of our.
Dude, I love it.
I loved it. You had some good ones.
I can't believe we've been going for so long. That's nuts.
Right, right. Thank you for whoever Harley be Harley being Harley. She's the best. Okay, so yeah, we did good. Like this was a lot. So like I said, me and Edja literally put this together like a week. I was like, oh shit, we should do that, and then put all this work in for a week, and it may not seem like a lot, but it was a lot to put this shit together. And I hope that you guys enjoyed yourself. I hope any part of it that you watch. And do you want to show anything off? Any of Batman stuff or anything?
Mm,
Probably.
I don't think I have anything else.
Okay.
You want to show
Let me
anything?
just show. Yeah, let me just show this cover. So this is one of my favorite Batman covers. Okay, this is actually on my wall. So I absolutely love this one of Jennifer that Jennifer did. Uh, the bat and the cat.
They look so good
Gorgeous. So good together. You know what? What every time I see this cover, I always think of that song by Cardi B and Megan the Stallion. You know, you know what I'm talking about.
together. What?
I said every time I see this cover, I always think of that Cardi B and Megan the Stallion song, "WAP," when she's like,
Yeah.
"Tie me up, let's role play." I'm wearing
Really?
disguise. Tie me up. And then I have my
Love
little grumpy
it.
man, and then I got the one
Oh,
every
I
every little
love
merch that there was of her. I had to have. Like, come on, she's like the best. So yeah, yeah, we're good. So thank you.
it.
Anything else,
Yay.
Ninja?
I don't think so. I just want to say thank you for for 3 people who hung in there the whole entire time, for being
Right,
with us, for
right.
seeing it through, and everybody who commented. We always try to make sure that we highlight all the comments, and we love bouncing off of what you all
Yes,
say.
no doubt.
We love seeing what you all have to say and to
And like,
share. So honestly, we really appreciate it a lot. It makes the
right,
stream
right,
way more fun. Being able to
right.
share
And
with
we
you.
wanted to do this for you guys. Right. We wanted to do this for you guys, and we were both super excited about it, and we loved it that you guys were like feeling it by saying something. So
Yeah.
yeah, we loved
So
it.
thank you. I know this is probably one of the longest that we've done, I think, ever since we've had our,
Yeah, I think so.
yeah.
I think
So
so. So
thanks for seeing it through, and thanks for everybody who ends up watching the replay. If you do, if you guys don't care
hmm
to leave a comment after the video's done at some point, just you can let us know like what your favorite Batman story is. That would be awesome.
yeah, and that would give other people that don't know nothing, that would help out. Like the ones that we didn't highlight, maybe you guys could leave them in the comments. So if somebody's looking for something to read of Batman, then they could look at your guys' comments. So yeah,
Yeah, that would be great. We'd appreciate it. Thank you always for being here for us, and we love you all.
we love you, and
Love you, Sheena.
bye.
Bye.